Coming up on the Sports Desk, the Torrance Panthers Pop Warner football program kicked off their 2015 campaign. Could the junior Pee-wee stage a late rally and come out with the dub against Palos Verdes? Plus, on the gridiron, North's Mique Juarez has been the talk of the town for quite some time now. Reporter Brittany Johnson had a chance to sit down with one of the nation's top prep prospects. All of this and much, much more is coming up right now. Boom sauce! Two Torrance football players go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Football's back again. That was my own personal rendition of Eminem's 2002 hit Without Me. Welcome back, everybody, to another week here on the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Collin Kushner. Don't forget to hit me up on Twitter all year long. That's at Collin Kushner with pics, video, or if you just want to chat about sports. Anyways, we are finally back in studio. I have a nice tan, plus it just feels good to be back in a suit. I have a jam-packed show for you, so let's chat about some sports. The Torrance Panthers Pop Warner football program kicked off their season at North High. The junior Pee-wees looking to start off 2015 on a high note against the Palos Verdes Rattlers. To North High we go. Rashawn Carr pumping up his Panther teammates. He's getting me pretty pumped up too. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. No score. Torrance's Andrew Vanlerberg sacks the PV quarterback. Vanlerberg feeling it early. Very next play. It's going to be number 7 again for the Panthers. Gets through the line. Forces the fumble, the old fumble-rooski, and it gets recovered by the Panthers, but the play would be negated due to a penalty later in the first. PV up 8-0. Carr hands off, and they're going to do the end around. Fakes out the camera off. Goes to Vanlerberg, who looks like he's in for the easy score, but Carr does a little block in the back. You can't do that. Let's take another look. Carr shoves the PV defender, giving Vanlerberg a even bigger road for the score, but that's negated. Second quarter, same score. Rashawn Carr finds Jacob Wicker. Wicker goes into the end zone. That's a touchdown. They go for the tie. No good. Torrance down by 2 at recess. Third quarter, same score. Toa Ortega punts, and it's muffed by the PV player. It's recovered by Jacob Wicker. Torrance can't convert. They turn over the ball on downs. Later in the third, PV still up by 2. Rashawn Carr, he's going to do what he does best. He's just going to take it himself. Quarterback keeper up the middle, in for the score. Torrance up 12-8 after missing the 2-point conversion. Fourth quarter, Torrance up by 4. It's going to be Rashawn Carr again. He's going to show off his Cam Newton moves. Takes off. He's going to cut right, zigzag, dodge a couple tackles. Carr, he's going, and he finally gets taken down around the 45-yard line. Carr having himself a game later in the fourth, same score. Last chance for PV. Isaiah Lee picks off the PV quarterback to end the game. Torrance hangs on to win 12-8. Let's hear what some of the players had to say after the game. Now, what was your favorite part about today? If you had to pick one thing.
Getting to hit people on defense.
If you had to pick one moment from today's game, what was your favorite moment?
Making my first interception.
So, Torrance rallies to come from behind against the Rattlers for their first win of the season. First game, first win. Not a bad start. Quarterback Rashawn Carr leads the charge with 2 TDs, 1 through the air, and channeling his inner Cam Newton with the quarterback keeper, Jacob Wicker, adds a TD reception, and Isaiah Lee with a big INT to end the game. Boom sauce! The rest of the Panther program was also in action, just not the same luck. The 101 Warriors shut out Torrance 31-zip in the Tiny Mite division. PV shuts out the Mighty Mites and Pee-wees. The midgets and junior midgets also fall to the Rattlers as well in their home openers. Over in prep football, North and Bishop Montgomery both in action. The only 2 prep football programs in Torrance participating in the madness I like to call Week 0. The Saxons opening up their season on the road at Redondo Union. So Redondo skips past North 26-21, staving off a Saxon's late-game rally. Jack of all trades, Mique Juarez throws for over 100 yards, while fellow senior Justin Almond has over 100 yards receiving and adds a TD of his own in the loss. It's time for a little hashtag crunching the numbers. Since 2010, North has started off their season against Redondo Union High School. The boys in blue have only won twice in that span, generating just over 18 points offensively and allowing an average of 27 points per game. Staying on the topic of the Saxons, we have talked about Mique Juarez a lot on the show. I mean, how could we not? But so has the rest of the country. Dude has received offers from some pretty big-name schools. You've probably heard of USC, who he is verbally committed to, UCLA, Oregon, Ole Miss. I think you catch my drift. Reporter Brittany Johnson had a chance to catch up with the all-purpose stud.
With Mique Juarez at quarterback, the North High Saxons have nothing to worry about on offense.
He's just our best guy. He's got to touch the ball as much as possible, so quarterback's guaranteed to touch it every play, and we need the ball in his hands as much as we can, so it's a no-brainer.
Have fun with my teammates, running the ball, having them block, and, trying to score touchdowns, and, just being excited with my receivers and everyone else on the team, just, ready to be fired up with them.
He adapts to, whatever situation you put him in. He wants to play for his team, and whatever the coaches want him to do, he'll do.
Starting quarterback for a football team is the dream of many young men, and Mique has definitely achieved that. But his true passion lies on the other side of the ball.
Linebacker is my favorite position because I'm able to have a free play, do whatever I want on defense, but I have a duty and all that, but I just like to hit people in the face. That's my favorite thing to do in defense, be aggressive.
Each school has where they see a better fit for him. BYU, they see him as quarterback, but all the other schools, linebacker, safety, some have him as athlete. But on me and, wherever he wants to play, wherever he's happy.
So where would Mique be happy?
I'm undecided. Really, as you know, I am verbally committed to USC, but if it were to be local, it's just I'm really looking for education. Really, that's my main goal.
And that includes education on the field. Mique believes playing quarterback has only enhanced him on the defensive side of the ball.
If you play quarterback, you should be able to, and if you play defense, you should be able to read what a quarterback is reading and all that. So honestly, yeah, it's helping a lot. You're able to understand what the quarterback is trying to read.
With at least 3 years of college ahead, Mique looks to the future by looking up to some of the great NFL players.
Patrick Lewis, because he's a very fast linebacker, and I can move as fast as him. And Ray Lewis, because he's a great reader, makes plays out of nowhere. So honestly, those two right there are great linebackers.
For the Sports Desk, I'm Brittany Johnson.
Thanks for that story, Brittany. Here's a quick look at the schools that have offered North's Mique Juarez. The list just keeps growing and growing, just like those dino sponge toys you leave in the water. According to ESPN College Football Recruiting, the senior verbally committed to USC earlier this year, but that doesn't stop the offers from piling up. 14 total, 7 of those Pac-12 schools. It will be interesting to see how this shakes out as the year rolls on. Kid's just an absolute beast on the field. Meanwhile, over at Bishop Montgomery, the Knights beginning their quest on the Yellow Brick Road to the Land of Oz in Week 0. After being blown out by Bellflower in the season opener last year, Bishop cruises past the Yar Buccaneers 28-6. The Knights scored 28 points in the first 3 quarters for the dub. Brendan Marafino tosses 2 TDs. Patrick Smith rushes for 79 yards and a TD of his own, and Nameke Ndozi has an Indomitian Sioux performance on defense, 11 tackles and a forced fumble. Since Ed Hotchkiss took over the program in 2010, the Knights have won every season opener except in 2014 when they were shut out by the Bellflower Buccaneers. Meanwhile, over at Torrance High, the Tide has had their preseason tune-up game against Santa Monica, the first taste of what game action will be like for a lot of their players. Despite having a lot of new guys, head coach Brock Hollis is still pumped for another season of Torrance football.
I think I've lost 18 guys due to different things. 18 have either moved or whatnot. And, the nucleus of what I have, I keep telling these guys, it's all we got. This is it. This is all we need right here. So we have a lot of adversity. we're facing a lot of obstacles, but I think that's going to help us be stronger. I think that showed in the way we played probably in that second and third quarter today. So, I've got a lot of guys that have just not played football. I've got a lot of guys that we're having to work really hard to make them to be successful. So I'm jacked. It's like I've got clay, and I'm just molding this stuff because, usually when you get great players, you just say, hey, guys, go ahead and do whatever. But, we're having to really coach it up this year.
All right, everybody, it's time for a quick boom sauce break. When we come back, the Bishop Montgomery girls volleyball program held their alumni game where former players had the chance to relive some of their top moments from high school. Get your popcorn ready.
Something's not right.
My first symptoms were
constant tingling in my toes.
My legs, sometimes they'll go numb.
I had double vision. They said you have multiple sclerosis.
Well, the beginning is the hardest time.
Kind of had to get a grasp on reality.
I had to adapt and change very rapidly.
I had to learn how to drive with my hands. Yeah, that was interesting.
I was a dancer. I don't see walking the way I walk any different than doing a dance. It just looks different. It's a different dance.
You see me have an off day, it doesn't take away from who I am.
A symptom may cause you not to be able to do that anymore. And at one point, I wasn't able to do any of those.
But I would exercise every day.
Since I've been cycling, it's definitely helped my walking.
To make a lot of changes in my life and just adapt to it.
I'm going to acknowledge its presence. I'm not going to discount it, but at the same time, I'm going to try my best to not let it stop me.
It's a fantastic opportunity to be working together with a common goal of curing MS, and sharing is the key.
Thanks for coming in for the interview.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, we got your personal references, your resume, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Yes, it's right there.
Great.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
You're watching the Sports Desk with Collin Kushner. Boom sauce!
Welcome back, everybody. Check us out on Instagram. That's the Sports Desk TV for any cool pics and video from your South Bay sports scene and a behind-the-scenes look at the show. Cruising back to any school that you previously attended is always exciting. You find out how much has changed, and it's always entertaining to see if your favorite teacher or coach is still there. How am I tying this back to sports, you may ask? Hold up. There we go. Over at Bishop Montgomery, girls volleyball head coach Keegan Featherstone held a volleyball alumni event where former players had a chance to relive some of their top moments, donning Sam Sparrow's hit song Black and Gold. Going back to your high school roots is always exciting. It doesn't matter how much time passes. The laughs. The memories. They always seem to flood right back.
92 was the year that we won the Southern Section CIF Championship. Gosh, that year was amazing. We were a young team and we were super short. I was one of the tall ones, so it was really cool to watch this team. We went 5, I think, every match. We barely won every time, but then we just kept going. Shelly, that was hitting today, was like one of our go-to hitters, and Danielle Graham too. So it was pretty cool to have them back and to be able to play like that again.
I walk right in and see the 1994 state championship, and all of my friends and I just killed it that year, and we're just back here to do it again. It was super fun.
And while plenty of time has passed since the alums suited up in black and gold, there's just one thing that hasn't changed: their competitive spirit.
I knew we were going to smoke them because we can't be beat. And it feels amazing to beat these girls that are really at the top of their game. They're going to do so well this year. I really think we had a little stroke of luck, and it's exciting to win them.
While the final score doesn't matter,
the honor coach is starting right front.
Bishop varsity head coach Keegan Featherstone thinks having an event like this is great for everyone involved.
There's a lot of people here, and it was really good to show our kids like how much of a family our school really is, and that's one thing that we do really well.
Friends, family, and a bunch of fond memories that will last a lifetime. What an amazing story. It brings a smile to my face just seeing how happy everyone was to be back at their alma mater. Now, here's a quick peek at the Bishop Montgomery girls varsity volleyball schedule for the rest of September. They open up their season at home against West and begin their quest for league perfection once again the last week of September. Switching to the softball diamond, Mayor Patrick Fury was in attendance, giving the Rotary Clubs from all over Torrance a little pregame speech before their annual softball tournament. Take a listen.
I am really proud to see all of you here today. We know it's going to be a hot day, so I would caution everybody to hydrate. Don't get hurt. You know, there's a tradition the first inning that somebody usually goes down with a hamstring. Try to stop that tradition. Gotcha. No hamstring. Make sure you do a little bit of stretching.
Kind yet funny words. Rotarians are all about public service and helping their respective community. Clubs from all over the city gathered at Deep Portola Park for a friendly yet competitive day in the sun.
It's really good to see our service clubs and service organizations and those men and women coming out and having a good time, just playing like kids.
It's the annual Torrance 4 Rotary Club softball event. And it's for fun and a little bit of exercise and to get to know each other a little bit better and to have a good time.
Here on the Sports Desk, we talk about athletes that are currently in Torrance and how they are making headlines every week. Now, what about those that have moved on to play amateur, collegiate, pro, etc.? Well, on the ice, I know hockey in the South Bay is pretty uncommon, but Torrance native Blake Barger is making waves in the Western Hockey League. The 17-year-old member of the Moose Jaw Warriors suited up in 59 games, netting 1 goal and 5 assists just last season. Barger began his playing career with the Los Angeles Junior Kings, who are based in El Segundo, and then played for the Arizona Bobcats before being drafted by the Warriors in the 7th round of the 2013 WHL Bantam Draft. Barger is one of a handful of up-and-coming American hockey players making an impact in the Western Hockey League. Let's catch some sun and hit the golf course. Not literally, of course. One of Torrance's own participating in the Yokohama Tire LPGA Classic, former Tata Debbie Runis shot a 73 in round 1 and 77 in round 2 at the Yokohama Classic. She was a +6, failing to make the cut. The 2009 graduate of Torrance High School was a 3-time Big West Player of the Year winner at UC Davis. Another Torrance Tata grad making headlines in the world of golf, former Tartar and UCLA standout Lucas Lee recently earned his PGA card after finishing 23rd on the Web.com Tour regular season money list. In high school, Lee picked up plenty of accolades at Torrance High. He won the 2004 CIF Southern Section Individual Championship, and in college, he helped the Bruins capture the NCAA title in 2008. All right, everybody, it's time for me to work on my golf game because I really need to. When we come back, I'll get you caught up with everything JUCO, plus my first weekly rant since June. Don't even think about getting off the couch.
Winston, just one more inning, Grandma.
Ever notice how many things today kids can do without actually moving? A whole lot of things their parents used to do the hard way. So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part, which makes exercise even more important for children. In fact, new research tells us the best time to enhance bone development is during childhood and adolescence. And just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Healthy bones come from healthy habits. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Welcome back, everybody. Don't forget to hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram all year long. I'll give you some TV love right here on the show. In JUCO news, El Camino College men's soccer team is coming off one of their best seasons in school history. the Warriors captured their first South Coast Conference title since '91. To put that in perspective, the cost of a gallon of gas was just over $1. Pretty crazy. Now, with the 2015 season underway, could Elko repeat last year's success? The Warriors opened up their season against Chaffey College, a team they have tied in their season opener the last 3 years. Well, Elko doesn't exactly get the start they were looking for. The Panthers blanked the Warriors 2-0. Larry Sanchez makes 4 saves in the loss. Over on the women's side, the Warriors trying to snap a 3-game losing streak to the Panthers. Chaffey finds Twine in the 15th minute of the first half, but Elko responds in the 24th minute of play as Tanya Gonzalez cross bounces off a Panther defender into the goal. In the second half, Chaffey's Heather Melgar nets the game winner as Chaffey hangs on to down Elko 2-1. To the volleyball court now, the El Camino women's squad got their season underway against Grossmont College. Nikisha Williams has 18 kills, and Brooke Russell adds 22 digs in the 3-2 victory. In their second match, Elko falls to College of the Canyon 3-1. Skylar Sabelos has 20 digs, and Brooklyn Rubio adds a cool 24 of her own in the loss. Elko's 4-game winning streak against the Cougars comes to a close. All right, Sports Desk viewers, prep sports are back. JUCO sports are back. Do you know what that means? It's time to hit me up on Twitter with pics, video, or if you just want to chat about sports, I'll hit you back. Plus, I'll put your tweets right here on the show and give you a shout out. Before we get to my weekly rant during Torrance's preseason showdown with Santa Monica, Tata quarterback Tyler Mazzulli takes the word effort to a whole new level. Check out this play. Torrance's Tyler Mazzulli, he eludes the pressure. He's running for the end zone, and he falls on his noggin and sticks the landing. Wow, let's take another look. Mazzulli, I don't know how he got up after that. Let's slow it down for you. Mazzulli takes off, runs down the sideline, gets hit right on the head, sticks the landing. I give it a perfect 10. What an effort by Mazzulli. Woo-wee! It's time for another weekly rant where I pick any big topic in sports and give you my personal opinion. Okay, so let me get a show of hands. How many of you are UCLA fans? USC fans? How about the Arizona State University? Yeah, I think just me. Well, college football is back. The 3 teams I just mentioned are all in the preseason AP Top 25 poll, plus 3 more, giving the Pac-12 6 schools in the top 25. Just 2 shy of the powerful SEC conference, who has 8 schools in the mix. As a West Coaster and graduate of a Pac-12 institution, I do believe that it is one of the strongest conferences in the country. It's just a different style of football. SEC and Big Ten play is totally different. It's more about the ground and pound, while Pac-12 football is a skill, finesse game. Yes, Oregon did get crushed by a Big Ten team in the national championship game last year, but I will say that this could be the year, the Pac-12 really makes a statement. I guess we will just have to wait and find out. All right, everybody, that's going to close the books on another week here on the Sports Desk. As always, we are available on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you just feel like saying hi, you can do that as well. Take it easy, Torrance. We'll catch you next time.